As some states in Nigeria mark 32 years of their creation, there continues to be a revisit of the clamor for more state creation in the country. While analysts say politics has been central to state creation in Nigeria and decisions on the creation of new states reflect the prevailing power equation, they also say state creation has aimed to balance the North-South imbalance in the Nigerian Federation. It's been used as an instrument for creating ethnic harmony and reducing tension between the majority and minority groups in the country. It's also helped the government to resolve the mathematical cum legal problem of what constitutes 2/3 of the states of the Federation. Well, Arise analyst Dayo Sobowale joins us now to speak on the agitation for state creation and viability of states in Nigeria. Good afternoon, Mr. Sobowale. Great to have you. Of course. Right. Let's just start with, how that intro ended. What do you make about this agitation for state creation in terms of the gesture and the viability?
Well, I think maybe the ceremony that Edo State is doing has brought this to the fore now. Because I'm not aware there's any clamor for state creation other than the one that happened in 2021 when some people were asking for creation of 21 more states. Can you imagine that?
I cannot.
You see, the ones we have not been able to
finished
manage. Even right now, if you read in the papers this day, some 19 governors went on leadership course to, of all places, Rwanda. Can you imagine? You would expect that people who campaign on the manifesto know what they have to do and they will hit the ground running. Now they are going on, not even refresher course, a retreat. It is a disgrace. It shows you have a leadership problem on our hand. On the issue of state creation, states were created, if you look at history, not necessarily for viability, but for political reasons. Except when Midwest state was carved out in 1963, which is why they are doing 20 years of it now, done by a civilian regime that was eliminated very soon thereafter, in 1966. That was the military coup. Except for that, the military are the ones who have created states. And they could do it because it's a command structure. The first set of states that Gawan created was because of the Civil War, because of Biafra, so that Ojukwu will not be able to control the entire East. And they created this set. And then even right now, people after that, people are still asking for Biafra.
Yep.
You get me? So it's an endless flow. But we need to pause and govern the way we should do so that the distribution of power can bring economic benefit to the people who have elected these people into power. I do not see any reason, and I don't think people are agitating now in this present National Assembly. It was done in 2021. So maybe this is just reminding people that you can fly the kite again for state agitation. But then everybody knows that we are neck deep in how to govern the 36 states we have. Not to talk of it's being compounded by the fuel subsidy. You see, there is an adage that you don't know a skilled sailor when you are in calm waters. It's when trouble breaks out that you know is adept or not. Yeah. That is what is happening to Tinubu at the center and the governors. They should concentrate on bringing the dividends of democracy to each household in their places of governance, so that people can see that democracy is worth the while. Democracy is not equitable with state distribution. Democracy is expected to bring, even if it is one state. Okay, if I have my way, I will contract the states now.
And how many states would you be looking at in the end?
Maybe the 6 geopolitical zones. You see, in some areas there are no discrimination. There is a cultural affinity there is a historical affinity. People have always worked together. The state creation divided them. Whereas if they were still together, they would have made critical advances that would have been beneficial to them. So it's an extravagant exercise for people to be asking for state creation. When you have not been able to manage well, the 36 states we have.
When we look at, in the spirit of reflection, and if we're looking at the 32-year mark, providing an opportunity for us to reflect on the long-term impacts of state creation on national unity and development, how, with these 36 states that we already have, how do you feel about Nigeria over the years being able to strike a balance between the local demands for increased representation, like you said, they're still clamoring for 21 states, and maintaining a balance or maintaining a cohesive and integrated nation?
That's what I just narrated all along now. Do you get me? But I'll do it all over again.
Thank you.
That the creation of states is not the issue. What we need is bringing the dividends of democracy to our people. That states have been created by the military for various reasons because they are not elected. It's for them to be able to have public acclamation because they seize power by force. They are not the choice of the people. So then we go and look at our history. And that's what I just said. This, what they just celebrated in Benin, 60 years of creation of Midwest. You get me? And the creation of Edo State by Babangida. What they are celebrating has brought the issue of state creation to the fore. What we have on the ground, we have not managed well. And then some of our governors went to Kigali for training. When you have better university, even Obasanjo Leadership Forum can teach them a lot instead of them going to these places and wasting our time. If they were ignorant about leadership, why did they offer themselves to be elected into public offices?
Definitely.
Indeed. Well, Mr. Sobowale, on a lighter note,
Yes.
when you looked at the addresses of the governors that were celebrating, the 5 governors, which resonated the most with you? Were you impressed by any or no?
I was trying to remember. 2.
Okay.
The one in Kogi. You get me? It was realistic on the ground. He said Nigerians have problems with this Tinubu administration. They have problems with the withdrawal of fuel subsidy, but it is our country. People must have patience, but it is done. Then Edo, Obaseki, said he's trying to create a government, and he's trying to create a future for young people so that they can learn, they can become entrepreneurs, they can be educated in digital economy, so they can face future challenges in a never-changing world. Those 2 that are across to me.
Well, when you look at, I guess the criteria for state creation, a lot of people are clamoring because of its population size, land mass, the ability to be able to generate more revenue. Do you think that these factors are strong enough to influence the decision to, to create more states or even these particular states and the ability as well to achieve self-sufficiency?
It's not a matter of self-sufficiency, it's a matter of viability. You get me? It's a matter of viability. All those criteria. So if there is discrimination, there are cultural differences, there have the geographical differences and all that. Yes, people have every right. The essence of state creation, just like this creation of local, we have over 700 local governments all over, is to make government get to the people. You get me? So that people can be taken care of, and so that people can excavate or explore the natural resources in their area and use them for the benefit of their people. But you see now, you have 36 states, all of them going cap in hand literally everywhere to the center. So I was running a unitary government imposed on us by military command from the Ron Sierra up to now. Get me? And it was complicated when the same military, get me, removed us from parliamentary democracy, which was not politically accountable and representative brought us to this quagmire of a presidential system, with the checks and balances and the expenditure to maintain the leadership.
Oh, an insightful discussion as always.
Thank you very much.
And I feel like saying Sam, so I'll go ahead and say Sam. Thank you so much. Rising analysts, we appreciate your time, Mr. Dayo Sobowale. Thank you for joining us here on Newsday.
As always.